Machiavelli, Nietzsche, Thrasymachus, Robert Greene. Different centuries, different contexts, different reputations, yet they all observed the same uncomfortable thing. The world does not reward goodness as we have been taught it does. We were raised on the belief that honesty, kindness, and fairness would bring about favorable outcomes, that virtue is its own reward, and that good people finish first eventually. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote The Prince in 1513, and ever since people have been calling him a villain for it. All he did was report on what he observed. He saw good rulers lose their empires and bad ones keep them. He saw morality work as a burden in a game where the other players weren't bound by the same rules. He wasn't recommending cruelty, he was describing reality. The person who refuses to lie is at a structural disadvantage against someone who will lie whenever it's useful. Thrasymachus said it first, way back in Plato's Republic. Justice is whatever serves the strong. And Socrates argued with him for pages trying to prove him wrong. But if you read it honestly, Thrasymachus kind of wins the debate. Because the people writing the rules are always the people who benefit from them. What makes this so hard to accept is that moral behavior isn't just taught, it's deeply felt. You don't want to manipulate people because it feels wrong, not just because someone told you it was wrong. So when you watch someone else do it and win, it creates this cognitive dissonance that most people resolve by telling themselves a story, that the bad guy will get what's coming to him, that karma is real, and that the long game favors the honest. Sometimes that's true, but often it's not. Robert Greene spent years studying history's most powerful figures, and the pattern he kept finding was that they were adaptable. They knew when to be generous and when to be ruthless. They understood that power operates on different logic than morality, and they didn't confuse the two. The ones who confuse the two, which are the idealists, the principled ones, the people who refuse to play the game, mostly got eaten. You get to choose which game you're playing. If you want influence, power, survival in competitive environments, then moral purity is often a handicap, and you should know that going in. But if what you actually want is to be able to live with yourself, to have relationships built on something real, to sleep without running scenarios, then goodness isn't naive, it's just optimized for a different outcome. But a man who wants to act virtuously in every way necessarily comes to grief among so many who are not virtuous. If you insist on being good in a world that is not, the world will use your goodness against you. It will find the opening your conscience leaves and walk right through it. Machiavelli was not celebrating this reality. He was grieving it. There is a difference between a man who says the world is brutal because he loves the brutality, and a man who says the world is brutal because he has been broken by it and can no longer pretend otherwise. The Prince is a broken man's book. It is the book of someone who tried the other way and watched it fail. The republic he served was dismantled. The principles he lived by provided no defense. So he wrote from prison, with the marks of the strappado still on his shoulders, the most honest thing he could. Here is how it actually works. Here is the thing I spent my life refusing to see.